Hi, Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 5 of the March daily draws. So let's see what message we get today, and I'll be taking the first card from the Ostara Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. So let's see what message we get and pick the first card. Go there. Strength, the Strength card. Great Strength card there. And she's got so the lion, I think she's got the dragon. She's got the dragon here. The sleeping dragon there with a hand on. And I look over her shoulder, I think she's got the sun and the moon. So she's got the balance between the sun and the moon. There are different energies there, in balance with one another. And yes, this is good. This is a good card, and it talks about having that sense of self-control that we need in our lives to keep ourselves in check, first and foremost, to stop ourselves getting carried away with things. Sometimes we can want to charge ahead when, a little bit of careful approach is needed. So we need to be able to hold ourselves back. It's like, to me, the Strength card is about maintaining, it's about our character, it's about our ability to bring balance with, the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, to bring balance within ourselves so that we're not in excess and out of control. It's almost a little bit like the Chariot card, where we keep ourselves on track. But in my mind, the Chariot card is more focused on the way we direct our intentions and control our actions, and our intentions is for our external actions. Strength card to me is similar, but it's about our inner state. It's more going inward. So it's a similar principle to me, and it's interesting that in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that the Strength card comes after the Chariot. It is the 8th in the majors after the 7 of the Chariot. Of course, in other traditions of tarot, some other traditions of tarot and older decks and everything that differ from the Rider-Waite-Smith type of tradition of tarot, sometimes, the card after the Chariot is not the Strength card, but the Justice card. And the Strength card is in the 11th place, where the Rider-Waite-Smith places Justice. They're so. But without going into detail about that, I like. In fact, in this deck, it was originally in the 11th position. I think probably in the book it might be in the 11th position, but because there's no number on the card, I've tended to put it back into the 8th position because that's the tradition I'm used to. And of course, when it comes out, and you interpret the card as the card. So I the reason why I perhaps lean towards the it being in the 8th position after the Chariot is because I feel that they're, as I say, a little bit similar, is that one is more outwardly focused and this one's inwardly focused. And that's the only reason I bring that up, because that's another matter entirely and could take up an entire video. And I don't completely understand everything around the differences and everything. I'd have to research that. I just know enough to know that it happens, and there is a reason for it, but without going into detail, but this not in this daily draw video. But yes, so it's about, and it's like the and when you think about it, usually the traditional Rider-Waite card has the woman and the lion, but it's a male lion. It's usually a male lion, isn't it? So it's like the feminine energy keeping the masculine energy from getting out of hand and taming it and being in balance with it. And that would be echoed by the sun and the moon here at either side here. And sometimes it's so that real strength comes from knowing you have the ability and the power to do something, but having the wisdom to know when you shouldn't, even though that you could. It's knowing when to hold back or when to unleash your wilder, more fiercer side, because there are times when that's necessary. So it's not that we repress it and stop it from ever coming out. It's just that we're in charge of when it does and doesn't come forward. So we try and keep a moderation, of our nature. And it's that resilience and that strength of character that we're talking about as we move forward to be creative. We need to have that sense of resilience and an ability and strength of character to be persistent and to be willing to take the long, to play the long game is what I was going to say, but it's not quite the right word. We're in it for the long haul. We don't necessarily have to rush it. We need to enjoy each moment. And where there's a tendency, we want to race ahead because we want to get to the end result. We hold back from that because rushing it could spoil the whole thing. And that's where our strength of character and our will come into line. And we draw upon that inner reservoir of strength that's been built up through experience and life lessons within us. And we can call upon that. So this is about calling on our inner strength as individuals in order to maintain our progress and the growth that we will get as we move forward. Okay, so let's see which the garden party. Here in the UK, I know that the sovereign, used to be the Queen, but of course it's now the King, has at Buckingham Palace quite a lot, holds garden parties. I just mentioned that. It just reminds me of that. And there's people here out in the garden, and it's embrace the coming of things worth celebrating. So that's often to gather, to celebrate coming together, and it's a special occasion to be marked. It's quite a privilege to go to the royal garden parties, of course, but but going to anything like that, and it's embrace the coming of things worth celebrating. If we hang in there, maintain our inner strength, keep going, and persevere, then we will achieve things worth celebrating. So having that inner core of strength within us of mastery and control over our temperament and everything within us, that will pay off and give us reason to celebrate. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 6. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.